why she doesn't like you back. One-way love is very painful. You like somebody. You feel fantastic when you see this person. You lay awake at night dreaming about how utterly fantastic it would be if this person liked you as much as you like this person. The feeling builds until it becomes so strong that you just can't bear it anymore. So you make a decision, a fateful decision that will cause unending agony and seemingly infinite emotional trauma. You decide to confess your love to your crush. And what does she say? Does she say, I feel the same way. I've been dreaming about you too. Now we can be together forever. No, she doesn't. She says something like this. Who are you? This is devastating. This will take a long time to recover from, if ever. Why does love hurt so much? One way to understand this common, extremely common heartache is to understand our human origins. We were calibrated to be hunter-gatherers. We lived as hunter-gatherers for about 190,000 years before we discovered farming. And during those times, there were two things that were absolutely critical: food and sex. Food for obvious reasons. If you don't eat, you die. But sex is important so our species does not go extinct. We have to maintain population size. We have to reproduce. But here's the thing. This is a very subtle point. With food, it's a two-way street. Eating feels really good. Not eating feels really horrible. Since not eating will eventually kill us, the longer we go without food, the more we'll be willing to do anything to get any kind of food. This is why historically, whenever people have had a choice between starving to death and eating, say, a dead guy, we will almost always choose to eat the dead guy. And if we can't find a dead guy, we'll turn a live guy into a dead guy and then we'll eat them. But for reproduction, when it comes to maintaining a certain population size, we can be perfectly okay if only a small percentage of men have sex. So in men, the drive to reproduce, to build relationships, to have sex, to fall in love, this really only has a very, very strong good side. The bad side, unlike hunger, is not going to kill us. So it feels absolutely fantastic if you're in a positive relationship with somebody, but if you're completely lonely, unable to even get a smile from a lady, it sucks, but it's not going to kill you. Another reason why love is the absolute best feeling you will ever have is because raising a baby human is extremely expensive and time-consuming. So the emotional glue that pulls people together initially has to be so incredibly strong that it lasts long enough for the little kid to have a fighting chance, which is 5 to 10 years. This is why reciprocal love feels so utterly fantastic, but one-way love feels utterly horrible. So why does she not like you back? Well, let's look at the difference between modern society now and ancient society when your love instincts were calibrated. Back then, there weren't a lot of options. You couldn't really shop around so much. 2, back when we were hunter-gatherers, we lived in pretty small tribes, and we spent most of our entire lives around the same people. So when 2 young cave people got together, it was pretty much a tribal event. The entire tribe had a vested interest in making sure this young couple got together and stayed together forever. The boy's parents, the girl's parents, everybody else who wanted to keep the tribe healthy. Today, we are surrounded by all kinds of people we've never met before. Now, this doesn't answer the reason as to why, specifically, she doesn't like you back. But think of it this way. Spoiler alert, this is not going to make you feel good. Imagine a movie you've seen recently with your friends. But choose a movie that you saw with your friends where you really liked the movie, but your friends thought the movie sucked. The question is, why specifically did you like the movie, and why specifically did your friends think the movie sucked? That's the bad news. There really is no reason. We like the things we like, and that's pretty much it. This goes for people too. Some people we click with, we enjoy, we like to talk to, others not so much. And depending upon the specific relationship you have with the girl that doesn't like you back, there may be some things that you can do. If you've already been friend zoned, then understand that it's probably too late. But if you sort of know each other and you haven't yet confessed your undying love to her, then you may have a fighting chance. There are some things you can do so that you can become more generally attractive around her. How do you do this? Become more confident. Work on some frame building exercises. Be more generally socially outgoing and engaging. Don't just be nice to her, but be nice to all her friends, even her acquaintances. Generally speaking, a good go-to mindset to make yourself attractive to a lot of girls is to be both valuable and scarce. Another good piece of advice, a good mindset, is to always play the long game. Force yourself to interact with other girls that aren't her. Force yourself to realize, to understand, to really get it through your behavior that there are other girls in the world besides her. Because ultimately, there are really two basic options that you'll need to choose. On the one hand, you have all the energy you will spend and all the potential heartache you may endure if you decide to pursue the girl that doesn't like you back. And this choice may ultimately end in failure. And the particular danger of this choice is that if you do decide to pursue her, the longer you do that, the harder it will be to stop pursuing her. This could ruin your emotional health for the next year or even longer. On the other hand, consider another option: to decide to stop pursuing her and yes, endure some short-term heartache, but then spend your time and energy pursuing other girls that you have a much better chance with. Think of it this way. The first option, you may waste a year of your life and end up with nothing but a broken heart. If you do this, and a year from now, you may be an absolute wreck. On the other hand, if you choose this option, it will definitely suck in the short term, but just imagine where you'll be in a year from now, in a happy relationship with a girl who likes you as much as you like her. Now, these are hard things to think about, and these are even harder decisions to make. But love, true two-way love, is the best thing you will ever experience. Two-way love, reciprocal love, is such a good feeling. It is the most powerful feeling in the world, the most motivating factor in the world. This is something that is definitely worth struggling to obtain and to maintain. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, and comment. To learn more, please visit mindpersuasion.com.